Hey everybody, welcome to our live stream today. I'm so happy to be here. Today we are going to talk about how to get credit union direct lending for your business. Again, get credit union direct lending for your business. Don't forget, grab your free business financing guide at creditsuite.com/live-27. Again, that's creditsuite.com/live-27. Get your free business financing guide. Don't forget, we've got our whole team here waiting to answer your questions in the chat room. You got a question, throw it in there. Our team will absolutely answer you within 30 seconds or less. I promise. All right, let's dive in. So, I'm not Ty Crandall, obviously. Today I'll be your guest host. My name is Steve Weibel. You can reach out to us at any time at 877-600-2487 or info@creditsuite.com. You can go to creditsuite.com/get funding. Let's dive in. All right. So borrowing money for a business is a lot harder now. I'm sure you all know, anybody who's been applying for funding, it's not easy today. Banks aren't opening their vaults as easily as for businesses they have in the past. Many business owners are actually finding it necessary to get really creative with this. You still need the funding, right? They're just not giving it out. So they start looking for options other than traditional funding or traditional banks when it comes to business funding. Yeah, credit unions are seizing this opportunity to step in and fill the gap. Right? So a lot of people don't realize that there are these small banks, these credit unions out there that are actually jumping in and trying to help small business owners and lend them money. Uh, It started back in 2018. Member Business Lending, or MBL, partnered up with CU Direct. All right. The goal was to help this process along. In other words, to make it a lot easier for businesses to get funding. MBL is the leading credit union service provider when it comes to business loan origination services. They are literally number one. As a matter of fact, CU Direct is well known for the CUDL, or otherwise known as Credit Union Direct Lending System, and it works with thousands of auto dealerships. Matter of fact, my first time being exposed to a credit union, besides in the military, was at my first auto loan. It ended up coming through a credit union. I had to join the credit union. As a matter of fact, that happens in a lot of personal loan spaces as well, but it really worked well in the auto dealership space. It helps to facilitate auto financing through credit unions. Now, the question is, what does auto financing have to do with business lending, right? So, first of all, go to creditsuite.com/get funding to get approved for credit lines and loans that maybe you don't think you can get approved for. So, what does this have to do with business lending? Well, a lot. The partnership streamlined the credit union business lending process. It actually streamlined and made it a lot easier to give access to millions of borrowers that maybe they didn't have access prior to. And this is a good thing, as more and more businesses are turning to credit unions for funding as they see banks tightening their belts, like we just talked about. Question is it right for you? Well, let's find out. It depends on a number of things. First, do you qualify, right? That's natural. Do you qualify? While all lenders have their own requirements, they're all going to be a little bit different. It's a fair bet you're going to need to provide the following to any lender, right? You're going to need to provide, a loan application form, obviously a personal financial statement, a business plan, at least 3 years financial statements and tax returns for any existing business. More of what you're going to need to provide is regular income sufficient to repay the loan and stay solvent. And let me explain what that means. So they want to see that you have enough money coming in, enough income to repay the loan and keep your business going. You're making, let's say, net $10,000 a month. They're not going to approve you for a payment of $9,000, right? That's leaving you $1,000 left over. You're obviously not going to stay solvent. So they want to see that it fits into your income statement where it doesn't directly impact and hurt the business, right? So you've got to have enough income coming in to repay the loan and stay solvent. You've got to obviously have a good credit history. You've got to have collateral, or at least not always, but they're going to be looking for some collateral, and financials need to be in line with or exceeding your peers. What that means, if you're in the trucking industry and typically a trucker will make, or a trucking company will make X dollars a year profit, yours should be in line with that and or better. Okay, so if they're making an average $250,000 a year profit, you need to look like you make $250,000 a year and or more. All right, and they have these parameters set up. You're also likely to have to show owner equity in the business. If you can't provide all the information, it could go a couple of ways, right? When I say owner equity, that means that you've got skin in the game. Whether that skin is past profits you left in the company, but you've got some skin in the game. You've got owner equity into this corporation. All right. If you can't provide all this information, it could go a couple ways. They could, first of all, automatically deny the loan, right? Automatically. However, some credit unions are willing to review the information provided, in other words, take a second look at the circumstances, and maybe get you an approval. It's important to note that personal credit score is handled differently by each credit union when it comes to business loans, right? Not all of them are going to require a 750 credit score or 800 credit score. Some may lower that threshold depending on what your financials look like. But it's a fair bet they're going to be asking for a personal guarantee. Matter of fact, almost 100% guaranteed. All right. They're going to want to see a nice, strong personal credit score. All right. So this isn't something where you've got a really low credit score. You want to walk into a credit union and apply for a business loan. It's not going to happen. All right. It's not always the case. Some will take each loan application on a case-by-case basis, even if you don't have a great personal credit score. Now, I'm not talking about bad, but I'm saying like you don't have to necessarily be a 750 or 800. You might be in the mid to high sixes, and they could look past that. If you're strong in other areas, you may still qualify for a business loan from a credit union. So if you have really strong financials, good income, your business looks solid from a risk point of view, maybe you've got some collateral, they're going to look past a few things on your credit report. All right. You just have to find the right credit union. So similar to a bank loan, a complete credit union loan application includes financial statements within 3 months, current ones within 3 months, and 3 years of past financial statements and tax returns. So they're going to want up-to-date quarterly reports, basically, for this current year, and then 3 years of your past financial statements and tax returns. Pretty easy to get if you work with an accountant. They're going to want your personal financial statements to make sure you're not in over your head personally from all principles of the business. So if you've got five partners, anybody who's a principal in the business, they're going to have to provide their personal financial statements. They're going to want a description of the collateral or purchase receipts or quotes. In other words, if you're putting up equipment or a building, they're going to want a description of that and or the receipts for when you purchase, so they know the actual value. Okay, if the loan is for new equipment, projections on a month-by-month basis for up to 2 years. In other words, you need to be able to project what your business is going to look like for up to 2 years. Some will take 1 year, but typically they're going to look for up to 2 years, or the length of the loan, if less than 2 years. So in other words, they're not going to ask for 2 years projections if you're only borrowing for 1 year, right? Wouldn't make sense. They don't care what you can do after they pay you back, if you pay them back. And they're going to want a complete and professional business plan. There are services out there that will help you write a business plan. If you're not sure how to do that, you can look it up. Google is your friend. But there's lots of them out there. I talk to probably 3 or 4 a week, every single week. They're going to want authorization for loan requests from the board of directors or partners. So if you are a C Corp and you have a board of directors, they're going to want authorization. If you're just a partnership, they're obviously going to want all the partners to sign off on this loan. And they're going to want the personal guarantee. Now, there are some benefits. As you can see, there appears to be just as many requirements for loans with credit unions as there is with loans with banks. So why would you choose a credit union over a bank, right? First, currently, they're more willing to lend businesses than a lot of banks. So a credit union is going to be a little more aggressive in their approval process as opposed to what banks are. Banks are just denying people left and right now. They're getting very ultra conservative. And those of you who lived through 2008 know exactly what I'm talking about. But there is one other big benefit in dealing with a credit union. Lower interest rates and fees, significantly, as a matter of fact. Since credit unions are cooperative nonprofit organizations, they do not pay federal and state income taxes. Now think about that. I'll say that again. They're a cooperative. They're nonprofit organizations. They do not pay federal and state income taxes. So therefore, they're going to pass that savings on to you, right? In the form of low rates and fees. Also, due to a difference in structure and loan application review processes, credit unions are often able to process loans much quicker than large banks. Anyone who's gone for a business loan to a large bank knows, besides wanting your firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, it could take months for you to get approval, months and months and months. They're going to react much quicker in a credit union, which means obviously you're going to get your money faster. Hey, don't forget, by the way, call Credit Suite if you want a free business credit and funding consultation. Reach out at 877-600-2487. Once again, that's 877-600-2487. All right. So what if a credit union loan is not an option? What do you do? Right? So you're on here listening to me going, man, I don't qualify for any of this. What do you do? Right? Either this is the way you're going to need to go, or you're not going to qualify for a loan with a credit union, and you're seeing credit union loans aren't going to happen right now. You have some options. Okay, so you're not stuck out there in the wilderness alone. If you need money right now, you can look at getting a loan from an alternative lender. And alternative lenders, by the way, really filled the space when things get tight. When things crashed and burned in 2007, 8, 9, 10, I noticed a huge influx of alternative lenders. And when it crashed and burned back then, I crashed and burned with it, had lots of properties, didn't take long to get back in the saddle again. Lots of alternative lenders showed up and they filled that space. It's a supply and demand thing. These are lenders like Fundbox, On Deck, I don't think I'm saying this right, Aeon, I'm not sure, and others. All right, so there's lots of other alternative lenders that may be able to help you. Matter of fact, Credit Suite has our credit line hybrid program, and it may also be a perfect option for you. What's great about it is you still need to have good personal credit score, but you can also take on a credit partner that has a good score if you don't. And we do these every single day. As a matter of fact, I actually did it personally. I can tell you it's fast. You can get access to a lot of capital, and often the interest is as low as 0% for the first few months. Matter of fact, my interest rate was 0% for 12 months, right? I think they go as long as 18 months. It's a fantastic opportunity. And what's really nice is it's revolving. So you have access to it. If you want to find out about it, reach out to us. You can go to creditsuite.com/live-27 to download your free business financing guide, and certainly you can reach out to us on our 800 number. Whatever you do, it's likely you're still going to need to work on your fundability as well. Now, I know we hear Ty talk about this all the time. I talk about this all the time. It's a big, big, big deal. Most business loan denials result from fundability issues. Matter of fact, I think I've touched on this in our last live stream that I was in. I had a borrower who was looking for a small line of credit, got turned down at their small bank when they were very profitable, had great personal credit. Their fundability was all jacked up, and their business credit report was all jacked up. They didn't even know they had a business credit report. So once we help guide them through that, voila, they got approved for double what they applied for. So don't dismiss how important fundability really is. The problem is they usually don't tell you what those issues are. If they hadn't reached out to us, this particular client, they wouldn't have even known they had, because the bank didn't tell them. Told them they had a bad business credit score. They didn't tell them anything about their fundability. Right? So you need to know what that is. So are you fundable enough for credit union lending? What does it mean? Right? It means lenders and creditors see your business as one that will repay its obligations. Right? You may think it depends on the credit score alone, but when it comes to business credit, that's not the case. Lenders want to see that your business is set up properly as well. They want to see such things as, obviously, an EIN number. They want to know that you have a physical address, not a P.O. box. I know a lot of you have heard this before, but it bears repeating. They want to make sure you have a dedicated business bank account, please. Please, if you're in business, don't run it through your personal bank account. Have a dedicated business bank account. You're setting yourself to be audited anyway. All right. Your business name needs to match everywhere. This is a big deal. I see this all the time. Some businesses have been in business 5, 10, 15 years, and it doesn't match everywhere. It needs to match everywhere, and there's more. Remember, there's 125 of them. If you're not sure, reach out to us, 877-600-2487. Once again, that's 877-600-2487. Set up a free business credit and funding consultation. Our team will take care of you. We'll get you on the right path, get you moving so you are set up properly. Talk to us about our core program, about taking you to the next level, building your business credit. It's unbelievably important. There's so much more to it than most realize. Take the business name matching everywhere, for example. You may think that's a no-brainer, right? But something as simple as using the word "and" on documents, the word "and," A-N-D, on documents, and an ampersand on your website and or business cards, or maybe in your business bank account or somewhere, can cause a major problem. Doesn't match. Talked to someone today. I did a fundability check on them, went to the Secretary of State, then went to Dun & Bradstreet. They had, it was a 4-word name, and I'm not going to expose it, but 4 words in the name of their business. They had words 2 and 3 reversed at Dun & Bradstreet. So that's problematic, right? So a lender looks them up. First of all, it looks like they don't have a DMB file, because when they look up the name, nothing comes up. I searched by just the first word in the name of their business and found that it was reversed. So obviously the owner had no idea. So it's something that has to be taken care of. This is what's so important about making sure everything matches. And it was no fault of the business owner. It's just the way that DMB actually set it up. They just mistyped it in. Right? It can cause a major problem. Even small inconsistencies like the ampersand can throw up a huge red flag for lenders, indicating a potential for fraud. You want to be really careful, because if they suspect fraud, it's an instant denial. There's no looking at financials, no looking at anything. They're done. It's an instant denial. Most will not take the time to investigate like I did to realize that it was a reverse typo that DNB did, right? They would look and say, this is obviously fraud. Doesn't match. They'll just deny the application. Don't let that happen to you. If you're going to get turned down, you do not want it to be for fundability reasons. All right. Make sure you're set up. The best way to find out about the status of your business fundability is to talk to one of our specialists here at Credit Suite, right? Reach out to us, 877-600-2487. Matter of fact, don't wait for me to finish this live. Call now, 877-600-2487. Don't be afraid. Trust me, we'll take care of you. You're going to be very happy with what you hear, with how we can help you. We're going to take you through the process, show you exactly what your business looks like, what needs to be corrected. And if you want to get to the next level and you really want to build your business credit, we'll show you how to do that as well. We offer this free consultation for just that exact purpose. Don't be afraid. You might even get me, right? Reach out, 877-600-2487. Once you know where you stand now, we can help you figure out the next steps, right? We can help you get to that next level. Who doesn't want that high limit credit? There is no business out there that doesn't require credit. None of you. You all need it. Let us show you how to get it the right way and the easy way. What's your time worth, right? I see people try to do this on their own. It can take up to 5 years. Most people quit, as a matter of fact. Don't do that. Don't quit. Do something for yourself today. Reach out to us at 877-600-2487. Ty promises you we're going to take care of you. I promise you we're going to take care of you. You can ask for me. You can ask for anybody on the team. We're all experts. All right. 877-600-2487. Call, set up your free business credit and funding consultation. I promise you, you're going to be really happy with the results. So to recap, banks are not lending to businesses as readily as they used to. Anybody, again, who lived through that 2008 crash knows exactly what I'm talking about. We're watching inflation going up. We're seeing what's happening right now with the supply chain. It's going to be more and more difficult. Right? Those of you who have an American Express, don't be surprised if in the next 3 to 6 months they cut your limit. This is how they react when the country financially gets a little difficult. Okay? Credit unions are filling the gap as well as alternative lenders. They can offer lower rates, faster funding, but your business still needs to be fundable. I can't say that enough. A free consultation with a business credit specialist is going to help you with that. Again, reach out to us. If you want more information, obviously, please see our description in the chat. If you're not sure, reach out to us. My team will give you complete access. Put your name, put your info, put your phone number in the chat. I promise you, somebody on my team will reach out to you today, walk you through these fundability factors, show you how to get yourself set up straight, and then help you get to the next level. I really appreciate everybody being with us here today. I'm not even sure if I went through this too fast, but don't worry about it. Next time, we're going to cover why you need business vendor credit accounts. Matter of fact, I believe it'll be me. I'll be hanging out with you again tomorrow. Why you need business vendor credit accounts, the multiple ways they can actually help your business if you know how to use them. We're going to show you where to find them and how to get them. Easily and quickly get financing. Get access to every legitimate funding program in one place. Reach out to us again, 877-600-2487. I am really looking forward to talking to all of you. 877-600-2487. You're going to pay us no fee if you're just looking for funding. We don't charge anything for that. Our loan volume is going to help you get lower rates and fees. Our business blueprint will help you graduate to the SBA loans. That's our core program. You're never going to need to look for funding again. We'll take care of you. 877-600-2487. This is Steve. I appreciate you hanging out with us today. If you don't want to reach out on a phone call, shoot us an email, info@creditsuite.com. Hey, I'd love a consultation. One of my team will reach out. We'll get you set up, walk you through your fundability factors, show you where you got some problems, show you how to correct them, show you how to get to the next level. It's been fun. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.